All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video and our second mock draft of the NFL offseason.
Yeah, man, so let's just get right into it with the 49th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Adam Trotman, tight end out of Dayton. And our first mock draft of the 2020 offseason, we said that we go tight end in the second round as well with Bryson Hopkins. This time we go tight end again with Adam Trotman. I'm sorry, you guys may say quarterback, you guys may say running back, whatever. I think tight end is our biggest need. You know, we need to cut Vance, okay? Like I know some of you guys are saying, and we've read some of the comments. You guys are saying that Fichtner and his play calling and his scheme has masked what Vince McDonald could potentially be or what he really is. In my opinion, Vance has always been an average tight end. He was with the Niners. He is with us. I don't know what happened in 2018. He just went off, had the best season of his career. I think he should have been drug tested because, I mean, where the fuck is that Vance now? I know he had to deal with bad quarterback play and shit, but
so did just about everybody.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn. And the main issue with him is that he can't stay on the field.
Yeah, like when our receivers weren't down and they weren't stepping up big time, and when our rushing game was non-existent, it was Vance's time to step up. It was his time to step up because he was pretty much the healthiest, but then he got injured. He couldn't stay healthy whatsoever for the majority of the season, and he could never get open.
Yeah. Even his hands are very inconsistent as well. So, Vance had a really good year in 2018, but he's, like, I don't know why he's not duplicating that now. Again, I know he suffered last year because Ben went down, but even then, you know, he has not impressed me since. And
not to mention, he's getting old. He's like, what, 29 years old now, possibly going 30?
Right, he's getting up there with age. He is taking a big chunk of our cap space, and we know we need pretty much anything that we can get. We need youth at tight end. We need to get a new tight end. We get it with Adam Trotman here in the second round, man. And I got to say, Adam Trotman is quickly becoming my favorite tight end of this entire draft class, man. This guy is just special. This guy's going to be special, man. This guy is honestly complete. This guy, in my opinion, this guy has signs of being the next Travis Kelce or the next George Kittle. I think he's that damn good.
Yeah, I would have to agree. You know, out of all the tight ends, because this tight end class is stacked, but out of all the tight ends, Adam Trotman seems like the more skill set, more NFL-ready kind of tight end. Yeah, that can go out probably day one and start and be an absolute monster on the football field.
Adam Trotman, in my opinion, is the most complete tight end of this entire tight end class, man. I like Bryson Hopkins a lot. I like Thaddeus Moss. Albert O's pretty decent. You know, there's a lot of really good tight ends in this draft class, but I think Adam Trotman, compared to them all, is the most complete. And this dude can do it all, man. He can run routes. He can get open. He has some speed to him. He has great hands. He's a very good run blocker. So he has all the measurables and all the signs of being a Steelers tight end.
Absolutely.
Because they love those dual-threaded tight ends that can not only move out in the slot and use in the tight end spot, but obviously use them in the rushing game as a blocker. And Trotman is a very effective blocker and can only get better. Which is a great sign.
And the thing that I like about Trotman a lot is his route running. For a guy his size, first of all, he's very, very quick for his size, but his route running for his size is very precise, very slim, very, very, like, great.
Yeah.
It's very good, very great. It's very dangerous for those defensive backs to cover.
Seriously,
man. I feel like if he's on the football field, he's gonna make magic happen.
Absolutely. Adam Trotman is a mismatch waiting to happen, man. So, Adam Trotman, second round, we get our tight end, man, gain some youth. On the offense, of course, and that tight end, give Ben that security blanket he desperately needs and helps the rushing offense with a very effective blocker as well, man. So, yeah, let us know what you guys think about that. Now, in the third round, with the third-round cop that we're getting because we lost Le'Veon Bell, which has yet to be announced, but that's expected. So, with the third-round comp, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Calvin Throckmorton, guard out of Oregon. And the great thing about Calvin Throckmorton is he is one of those versatile offensive linemen that the Steelers love to have as a depth piece, man. You know, we've seen it in the past. We've seen it with B.J. Finney. He can play guard and center. Matt Fielder can play guard and tackle. Even when we had Chris Hubbard, he could play tackle and guard. So, and the thing with Calvin Throckmorton, not only can he play guard, he can be a tackle as well. So they love those versatile depth pieces on the offensive line, man. And that's exactly what Calvin Throckmorton would apply here. He'd be a great depth piece, versatile with that, and someone we could develop to potentially take Foster's spot maybe, depending on where we put Matt Fielder, if we keep Matt Fielder. Maybe if we move Fielder to guard, maybe we can get Throckmorton starting at tackle. Maybe we have a triple starting position battle with Zach Banner, Chuck Corfor, and Throckmorton maybe. Or if we want to keep Fielder at right tackle. Again, this is if we keep Fielder, we can project him or get him going to be the starting left guard. If we get rid of Foster, who knows? We might not even get rid of Foster. We might keep him, but I think with his cap hit, I think it would save us a good amount of cap. So Foster could be on his way out. That's where we get Throckmorton as a depth piece and potential development there. And, of course, like I said, his versatility.
Absolutely.
So he has all the tools of what the Steelers love in an offensive lineman. He has the measurables. He has the versatility. And he'd be a great development behind us, man.
Yeah, and he would add youth and depth to the offensive line, which is getting old.
Exactly. So it'd be a very fitting pick in the third round, man. Now, with our first fourth-round pick, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Leki Fatu, defensive tackle out of Utah. In this specific mock, we are going with the assumption that Javon Hargrave will be hitting free agency, that we will not be getting Javon Hargrave or re-signing Javon Hargrave, which is very unfortunate because we all love Hargrave. He is quickly becoming one of the more uprising defensive tackles, definitely one of the more underrated defensive tackles in this league.
Absolutely.
And he definitely deserves whatever he's going to get this year. Whether it's with us, whether it's with any other team. The thing with that is, not only is he going to get the money he deserves and that he wants, he's probably going to go to a place where he's going to be given more opportunity, more playing time. Because in our system, which we run a 3-4, obviously, he doesn't get as much playing time. He doesn't get as much, on-field time. He doesn't get as much opportunity because of our scheme and our system.
Right.
We don't necessarily run a defensive tackle 3 straight downs. And Javon Hargrave is a 3-down defensive tackle. So if he goes to, say, a 4-3, he's definitely going to be playing all 3 downs. And he's going to get more opportunity to play. And that's exactly what he wants.
Right.
Why wouldn't he? The thing with Fatu, he can come in and replace Hargrave. Maybe not immediately, but he can come in, replace Hargrave. He is not a 3-down defensive tackle, at least not yet, because he hasn't established himself as a pass rusher. But, man, is he a great run stuffer. He can fill them gaps. He can get in between them gaps and stuff the runner and get the tackles for loss, man, and just strengthening up our rushing defense and would pretty much fill in for Hargrave's, position as a run defender. He's not going to replace him as a pass rusher, but that's where Fatu comes in, and I think he's best for our system, and he's best for a 3-4 because he's one of those plug-and-play type defensive tackles that come in and fill the gaps and stop the run because he's not a pass rusher at all.
Right.
Fatu would fit best in our system, and like I said, just be a plug-and-play player when we need him on those big downs or those short downs and shit like that. So
Right. And the thing about him, he's not going to start immediately, obviously, and everything, but I feel like, down the road, he could fill the void that Hargrave's going to leave. I think for right now is, if we do lose Hargrave, which unfortunately I can see happening, I think we're going to put Tyson Alu in his place. And he's not really that bad of a player. He's not a consistent player or a great pass rusher or anything like that, but he gets the job done for the most part.
yeah.
And if we were to put Alu at defensive tackle, then Leki Fatu can develop under Carl Dunbar and could very well replace Alu and be that great run-stuffing defensive tackle.
Right. As well as Isaiah Buggs. Don't forget about Isaiah Buggs. He was a 6th-rounder last year, potential steel man, and we all know his connection with Carl Dunbar. They're all from Alabama, so they have that quick, easy connection right there. So who knows? Maybe Buggs comes in, starts immediately, or not immediately, but starts, in Hargrave's place. Maybe we get a position battle there with Fatu and Buggs at D-tackle. Who knows, man? But I think Fatu would be a very nice plug-and-play player for our system, and I think he would thrive in our system because our system is what would fit him most.
Absolutely.
So let me know what you guys think about that.
Now, with our second 4th-round pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Lynn Bowden Jr., wide receiver / return specialist out of Kentucky. This guy is a huge sleeper, and this guy is so versatile.
Yeah, man. Now, you guys could make the case for Isaiah Simmons, but I'm going to go offensively here. I think Lynn Bowden is the most versatile offensive weapon in this entire draft class, man. This guy can play anywhere on the fucking field, offensively, man. And he's a return specialist at that. And the thing is, he has the signs to be the next Taysom Hill. Or I'm going to go a step further. our next Antoine Randall. And we all know how versatile and how great Antoine Randall was with us. His time in Pittsburgh was a little bit short-lived and everything before he came back in 2011 and everything. But, man, Antoine Randall was a very nice, versatile piece that really opened up a lot for our offense back in those days, and that's exactly what Bowden could apply to us. He can play receiver, he can play quarterback, and we all know the Steelers love those wide receiver quarterback mixed type of guys. Hines Ward played quarterback in Georgia for a little bit before being arguably the best Steelers wide receiver of all time. Antonio Brown, we did a few trick plays with him at quarterback. Heath Miller played quarterback in high school.
And like you said, Antoine Randall. And who can forget that trick play in Super Bowl 40 when he threw that bomb to Hines Ward?
Exactly, man. That pretty much sealed the victory there. So, I mean, and he's a return specialist. And we all know what type of guy Antoine Randall was, not only on offense, but as a return specialist. And that's what Lynn Bowden would apply to us. And he can play running back. Bowden can, because he had 1,400 rushing yards at running back last year. And now, remember Switcher's first year, Ryan Switcher's first year. Remember when we used to line him up at running back and everything? I always wondered why the fuck we lined him up at running back.
And for the most part, he didn't do shit.
No, he wasn't very effective. Bowden, on the other hand, can not only replace Switzer as a roster spot, put him at running back like they did Switzer, but as a return specialist. So, buy Switzer and put him in Switcher's position, and he can be that versatile, effective piece on offense that you could really use. And would just add depth to wide receiver. Now, because he played quarterback in Kentucky last year, and that was due to Kentucky's quarterback going down, that affected his development at wide receiver. We don't necessarily know exactly what he truly is.
Right.
He could be a quarterback, he could be a running back, or a receiver. We don't necessarily know. But I think that's a blessing in disguise for him, because he can be a great, versatile piece on this offense, or any offense at that, man. So I think this guy has the potential to be our next Antoine Randall, man, as a receiver, as a quarterback, as a return specialist. I think it'd be the nice dose of versatility and speed and, what's the term? I want to say confusion, but more so, what's the fucking term? I don't know what term I'm exactly looking for, but in a way it confuses the defense and everything. You don't necessarily know what he's going to do on the field when he is on the field, because he plays so much shit.
Exactly.
So I think he adds that dose of confusion on the defensive side, but great positive for the offense, man. So Lynn Bowden Jr. out of Kentucky, man. Very versatile, very nice piece that would be another depth and young piece to our receiver core and offensive core altogether.
Absolutely,
So.
huge sleeper, and could end up being a huge stud for the Steelers.
Yeah, man. So put him in Switcher's spot. Wherever you put Switcher at running back, put Bowden there at return specialist, at receiver. Bowden is your guy right there, man. So
Seriously, and you know how Figner always ran those Wildcat plays last year. If you want to do the Wildcat, put him there.
exactly,
He's so he has that splash play type of feeling.
he does.
He does.
He single-handedly kept the Kentucky Wildcat season alive last year,
Yeah.
man. So I think that's the type of guy Bowden really is. And he just speaks to me of Antoine Randall, because it's like he molded his game plan from Antoine Randall.
Right.
It's fucking weird. It's like he's a legit, I don't want to say copycat, but he's a legit mold of what Randall
Yeah,
was.
potentially the next coming of him.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much.
So let's know what you guys think about that. Now, in the 6th round, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Miles Dorn, safety out of North Carolina. We need depth at safety. We go get it at Miles Dorn. And honestly, I don't see this as just a depth piece or a special teams piece. I think Miles Dorn is pretty underrated. I think he under development. Now, that's kind of, not going to happen with us, because we all know how we develop safeties and defensive backs
Yeah.
all together. But under right development, I think it can be a pretty solid piece on the defense, man. As a dime backer, maybe.
Right.
As of course, a special teams contributor as a backup. So we need depth at safety, and I think Miles Dorn could be pretty decent there.
Right.
So
That's all he'll be.
yeah,
As well as the 7th round pick, and the Steelers select Adrian McGee, guard out of LSU. Nothing but a depth guy and everything. And
Yeah.
we got to keep this. We got to get depth at the offensive line, and we got to keep it young as well.
yeah. So we double dip on guard in this draft. So a quick recap of the draft: the 2nd round we draft Adam Trotman. 3rd round comp we draft Calvin Throckmorton. 4th round we draft Liki Fatu. The other 4th round we draft Lynn Bowden Jr. The 6th round we draft Miles Dorn. In the 7th round we draft Adrian McGee, man. Let us know you guys' thoughts down below, man. If there's any other prospects you guys would like to add or if you guys want to make your own mock draft, you guys can do so in the comments as well on Steel Yingers. I'll put the link to it in the comments below and everything that you guys can, go check it out. You guys can download the app, of course, on Google Play and everything. Make your own mock drafts and share your thoughts and your ideas and shit like that on Steel Yingers. It's a really cool environment and community that we could add for more Steelers Nation and everything on Steel Yingers. So if you guys are interested in any of that, go ahead and download the app on Google Play. Just type in Steel Yingers in the search bar. It should come up, man. You should see an SY logo and everything. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can do that. But let us know your guys' thoughts down below, man. See you guys next mock draft, man.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!